Hello and welcome to Teen Adult DIY. My name is Mr. Eric, and today for this DIY, I'm going to be showing you how to make or wrap some presents using some tips, tricks, and hacks that I have come up with. And in this video, I will be showing you all of those. And the first one I'm going to show you is going to be how to wrap a present. So let's get started. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to wrap a present. And all you need is some wrapping paper and some tape, some Scotch tape if you have any. Now, if you do, you can also use double-sided tape, and I fear that it does work well, works the best if you use double-sided tape, but if you don't have any, you can also use just regular one-sided Scotch tape. So, first, what you're going to do is once you cut your piece out and lay it flat, you're going to fold it. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you the original method on how to wrap a present. And what you're going to do is I'm going to stick some tape underneath, just like that. So you want to flatten this out once you do that. I have one more here. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to go to the other side. Like that. Make sure that it is flat on this side. So just like that. Now I'm going to grab my double-sided tape and add some pieces there. Now remember one thing when wrapping presents is that it doesn't have to be perfect because they are going to be opened, on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. And so it doesn't have to be perfect just as long as you can get it to work and stuff. So after you have taped the top, now we're going to work on the sides. So what you're going to do is you're going to kind of flatten it in just like that. Kind of flatten it in the center. Another idea you can do is if this is too long, you can also cut a part of it and make it a little bit shorter, but you don't have to do that. So, and I'll show you how another way that you can do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to kind of fold it inward like that, and then you're going to fold it down. So let me grab my tape there. Okay, so now I'm going to do the other side. So this one I'm just going to lift it up. Okay, and one more. And that takes care of one side. And there you go. So that now I have one side done, and now I'm going to do the other side. So same thing, I'm going to flatten it down. Flatten it inward, just like that. Okay, so I'm gonna and then flatten the top. Okay, and then flatten it a little more and flatten it down. Just like that. Actually, that could use a little bit more. Do it multiple times. There we go. All right. So now let me get my tape. And now let's do the other side. This one, okay. Do it just like that. Okay. So, one more piece. Okay, and there you are. There is your perfectly wrapped, or not so perfectly wrapped present. And I'm going to show you some decorations that you can use to decorate your Christmas gifts. So, here is an example of a Christmas gift that I've made. And so I just wrapped it up and I added a ribbon and a little greenery here, some holly that has a little apple on it. And so that's an idea that you can do. I also have this one where if you have maybe presents for a child, you can add a little candy cane or a candy bar or anything that's like, you know, very like a sweet, and you can just tape it on there and add some ribbon, and that's an idea as well that you can use. And then finally, I have this one where I used some garland and I just kind of went around the present, kind of like a Christmas tree, and I added some acorns, or not acorns, sorry, pine cones to my garland. So yeah, and it kind of looks really festive there. So those are some neat ideas that you can use, and yeah, you can see, it could be how you can experiment with these and think of other ways you can decorate your gifts. So now I'm going to move on to the next idea. All right, so for my next idea on gift wrapping is I have a paper bag, and let's say you don't have any wrapping paper handy, or if you don't have time to purchase any wrapping paper, then another great idea that you can use is to use paper bag as wrapping paper. So, and I'm going to show you how to get it all set up, and so that way you have enough wrapping paper to use. So when you go shopping and you come across a paper bag and you have no idea what to do with it, what you're going to do is you're going to open it up. Just like that. And whoa, with the paper bag, you're going to cut down the center line here. And what's great is that it has a crease or a little line right here that I can follow. So I'm going to cut that part first. All right, just like that. And now what you're going to do next is you're going to cut around the bottom of the paper bag. All right, and so I'm going to go slowly on that part. And similar with the wrapping paper, it doesn't have to be perfect. It might not be cut correctly, or doesn't go all the way, so it's okay. So let's see. And now I'm going to cut the bottom part. Okay. All right, and now the last part is down here. All right, and so once you cut that little piece on the bottom off, then you're left with this large wrapping paper. And so now you can use this as your wrapping paper. And you'll want to use this part on the inside. So where the blank part is, that's going to be the outside. And basically you just wrap it similar to a wrapping paper. So yeah, there's the wrapping paper. And I've actually also come up with some ideas on how you can involve some children on how to decorate the wrapping paper bag. So here's one where you can use some cookie cutters and paint, and that's all you need. And so what you're gonna do is, or what you do is you just lay this flat and you grab some cookie cutters and you paint on the edges. And once they're painted on, you just kind of paint them all around the wrapping paper. And it could be different shapes, it can be some characters, it can be whatever you like. And you just painting all around the wrapping paper. And if you don't have any cookie cutters, you can also use other shapes as well. So that's perfectly fine. And so yeah, that's one idea right there. Another idea that we have is this cute little reindeer. And all you need is some googly eyes, a big red nose, a ribbon to tie around, and some antlers. And I will also have the template for the antlers on our Independence Public Library Facebook page. So be sure to check that out and to download and print that and cut it out so that way you can have your very own antlers. So yeah, so these are some cool ideas that you can involve kids in, and they will definitely have lots of fun making these cool paper bag wrapping paper presents. Yeah, so now let's get on to the next idea. All right, and for my last hack, I will be showing you how to make these gift bows. And all you need are printer paper, a glue stick, and a pair of scissors. And you can also experiment and try other types of paper and see how it turns out. You can try wrapping paper, you can try construction paper, cardstock paper, and depending on the thickness of the paper, you might need a stronger adhesive for that said paper. And yeah, so let's get started. So what you're going to need to do first is you're going to cut 8 strips of paper, just like this. And once you have those strips of paper, they'll each be 1 inch by 11 inch. You can go as small or as big as you want them. That's the size that we're going to be using for today. And once you have those strips, you're going to take 4 of them. You're going to make them a little bit smaller by cutting 2 to 3 inches off. Okay, just like that. So now you have 4 long ones and 4 short ones. And what you're going to do next is you're going to glue each of the strip together just like this, and that should make a circle. And then once you glue all of them together, you're going to glue them on the inside in the center like that, and it should make a figure 8. And you're going to do that for all of them, for all 8 strips. And when you complete that, they should all look just like this. So I went ahead and prepared these ahead of time. So here we have 4 of the large ones and 4 of the small ones. And then with the strips that you did cut out, you're going to make a smaller circle, and we're going to use that at the end to finish off our bow. Okay, so I'm going to put that to the side right now. And what you're going to do with each of these strips is you're going to lay them on top of each other, and you're going to glue them together. And they'll be alternating every time. So first you'll glue the top of one of them, and you'll want as much glue on there as you can. And you're going to kind kind of like a cross or an X, that, and then you're going to glue another one on top. So you want to glue the larger strips first, just like that, and then last one of the larger strips will go on top of there. So when you're gluing them, make sure to hold them down for a couple of seconds so they don't get loose. Okay, so once you have all of the larger ones stacked together and glued on, you're going to do the same with the smaller ones and continue adding them. So add some glue, stick them on, add some glue, stick them on. So you can go at a slow pace when making these bows. That is perfectly fine. I'm just going a little bit faster so that way you know what to do. So yeah, so you just kind of keep adding on. And you never want to add more than 8 because then that will be excessive and it might be too much. So yeah, so we'll just do that. Last one. And the instructions for how to make these bows will be posted on our Independence Public Library Facebook page. So be sure to check that out if you need more guidance to making these. And then what you're going to do is you're going to grab the small strip. You're going to glue the outside, just like that. And you're going to add it. So that is your bow. And that's how you make a gift bow. So yeah, these are really cool, and you can add these to any gifts that you make, and yeah, they'll just look aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, be sure to check our Facebook page for the instructions on how to make these. And yeah, those are all the hacks and ideas for gift wrapping that I will be showing you. All right, and so those are all of my tips, tricks, and hacks that you can use when wrapping presents and wanting to decorate them or be creative with your gifts. And yeah, I hope you enjoy these as much as I did. And be sure to check out our Independence Public Library Facebook page for any templates that you need to use or any instructions that I might add to the video. And hopefully you can use these and share them with your family and loved ones. And we will see you next time for another Teen Adult DIY. And I will see you again. Bye.